So I have a whipped cream sharp edged cake made. It's a 6-inch cake. So I'm just going to show how to make ruffles on the cake. Okay, we have done that in the piping practice lesson. We are going to also see how it's going to be while doing on the sides of the cake and then on the top as well. Again, I'm just going to use 3 colored whipping cream. So it's the same way you've learned to do the blue colored whipping cream in the rosettes lesson. And so now I have made these 3 with the same technique that I've made. Use the same color over and top of the lightest shade, and then I have 3 colors here, and the exact same way how we did for the rosettes nozzle. I have the petal nozzle here fitted in the piping bag, and I haven't used the coupler because I know I'm not going to change the nozzle quite often at this stage. And all these colored whipping cream are chopped with a bigger opening here, and then I'm just going to pop them inside this piping bag and then remove it and keep flushing out the first color, and then I'm just going to start working on. So I'm just going to divide this cake into 3 sections because I have 3 colors. So let's just get started working on the ruffles on the cake. So I'm just going to flush out the color a bit and start with a light color on the top. Here I just want to make sure I have better control. Instead of just holding it here, I just want to hold it here. Okay, and I'm going to do the ruffles facing upward, so the broader end of this petal nozzle will be facing down. Okay, and then the pointy is on the top. I'm just going to start from the top because the ruffles have to be facing upward, right? So I'm just going to start here. Like in the practice sessions we've seen, this broader end should be scratching the cake. It has to kind of scratch the cake, otherwise the ruffles are not going to stick to the cake. It's just going to weigh down. So I'm just going to start. So all the damages will get covered with the ruffles that come below the first layer. So I'm just going to logically split this into 3 layers. So the first part will be all the lighter colored green. So now the second layer of the ruffle will hide the bottom edge of the previous row. I could just stop in between and then kind of go slow. So if you want more waves to be formed, so my right hand stays in one place, and that's what you just need to observe. My left hand just turns the turntable and the turntable keeps moving. So you don't have to move your right hand, just keep your right hand in place and then observe the pressure, how much of the pressure you just want to give, and then the left hand slowly and gently keeps turning the turntable. And you can see the holding of my hand, it's not like this. Okay, for the convenience sake I've just tilted it. I'm just going to tilt it so it is not like that, to just help my piping go on easily. Just tilted it, but still my ruffles are just going to be the same. Just maybe do one more row of the lightest shade. Okay, I'm just going to switch over piping bags. Just going to drop in the medium color, and in this bowl just flush out. Again, make sure the broader end is facing downwards. Just going to do one more row before I move on to the darkest shade. I'm just going to switch the piping bag, adding in the darkest green. So as I'm going towards the bottom, you need to observe my hand. Instead of being at an angle like that, the angle kind of changes, and only then I'll be able to make the ruffles in the bottom layers. And here, make sure the broader end of the nozzle is just touching the sides of the cake. I'm just going to go find the gaps for the bottommost and then fill it with ruffles wherever I see the cake is seen out. So that will be the ruffles on the sides. Now let's move on to making ruffles on the top. So now I have the lightest color with the same nozzle, and then the broader end should be downwards because I'm going to do forward ruffles, which is just in the continuation of the ruffles that are facing upward. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the outside, and my right hand stays in one place and my left hand gently is turning the turntable. Okay, so one row is done, and then I'm just going to do one more. So right hand in one place, and I'll just shift the color. I'm just going to flush the color out. Start piping the next shade of the green. So right hand just in place, left hand turning the turntable. One more with the same color. I'm going to shift it back to the darkest. Flush out the medium color. And make sure the broader end is scratching the cake, and I'm going to do the last shade. I'm just going to gently slide out as I finish. So I've just lifted the nozzle up a bit while the turntable was still turning, and as I gently lift, you will have a cleaner finish in the center. Okay, so we have the ombre whipped cream cake ready. So if you're going to do ruffles, you could do it on crumb coated cake, like I've said in the other lesson as well. But we've just done it on sharp edges. You learn sharp edges, and then you actually learn something more to do on the sharp edges cake itself. So we have the ombre whipped cream ruffles cake. So you will do the same thing with another shade of your choice, but you will do all three colors together, which is three tones of the same color that you choose. So I'll meet you in the other lesson.